With that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
Right.
Everybody now has an opportunity to pull up their chair and have a...
For the last year, we've watched Sheryl Swoopes repeatedly go after Caitlin Clark with one strange claim after another. She said Clark was a 25-year-old competing against teenagers, claimed her rookie season wasn't anything special, and even suggested that no one wanted to play with her. The criticism just kept coming without any sign of slowing down.
Your peers, they will recognize, her game, but they won't recognize her impact.
Right.
How can you separate the two? It's kind of hard, right?
And Jax, you're absolutely right. And I was like, come on, you big dummy.
Then Cheryl Miller entered the conversation. The basketball legend and former coach of Clark delivered a powerful response on the All the Smoke podcast, calling Swoopes a big dummy, while tearing apart those false claims. Miller firmly put Swoopes in her place, and her support for Caitlin Clark also revealed something unexpected about the future of the Indiana Fever that has fans incredibly excited. Are you ready? Let's get into it.
Two-time Player of the Year, two-time National Championship, two-time Tournament MVP, first woman to dunk in an organized game, gold medalist. Thank you for making time. Welcome to the show, Cheryl Miller.
Before we dive into everything Miller had to say, have you ever wondered why one of basketball's greatest names seems so determined to attack the WNBA's brightest rising star? Let's take a closer look at the unusual campaign Sheryl Swoopes has carried out against Caitlin Clark, beginning in her college years and continuing throughout her rookie season.
Let's also talk about how much more experience that gives you over other players coming in, right? So people say, dang, like he or she's killing them, but you have a 25-year-old playing against a 20-year-old.
It all began when Swoopes made several inaccurate claims about Clark's college career. One of her most shocking statements was that Clark was 25 years old playing against 20-year-olds while at Iowa. In reality, Clark was only 22 and competing in her fourth season, just like many other college seniors. After people challenged that claim, Swoopes tried to explain it away by saying it was simply an exaggeration connected to the COVID eligibility rules, but that explanation failed to convince many people.
Caitlin Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game.
Carry on.
I know you like that.
Hell yeah.
I said that because when she comes to the league, regardless of what team she goes to that has vets on that team, she probably ain't gonna get 40 shots a game.
But Swoopes wasn't finished. She also claimed Clark was taking 40 shots every game, portraying her as a selfish player who constantly forced shots. The real number was 22.7 attempts per game. What made that claim especially ironic was that Swoopes herself averaged 19.2 shot attempts during her own senior season, only 3 fewer than Clark. As Clark approached the NCAA's all-time scoring record, Swoopes changed her argument by suggesting Clark needed a 5th season to reach that milestone.
Bring back Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
That claim was also incorrect. Clark broke the scoring record in 4 seasons, the same amount of time as many other college stars. Swoopes ignored the fact that Clark was eligible for a 5th season because of the COVID rule, but chose not to use it. When Clark entered the WNBA, Swoopes confidently predicted she wouldn't dominate at the professional level. Instead, Clark set rookie assist records and quickly became one of the league's top playmakers. By the end of her rookie season, she averaged 19.2 points and a league-best 8.4 assists per game, silenced her critics, and earned Rookie of the Year honors.
She wouldn't be good. What I said was I didn't think Caitlin or Angel would come into the league and dominate immediately, which I don't think either of them did.
Respectfully, there is absolutely no way, even when we're trying to sit here and play semantics about dominating, there's no way that anyone could ever leave this season in saying that both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese didn't dominate. You would have to further explain what dominance means for you to not sit here and say that a player who is leading the league in assists while averaging 19 to 20 points didn't dominate.
Perhaps the clearest example came during Swoopes' appearance on Angel Reese's podcast, where she continued criticizing Clark while also insisting that she had nothing against her. It was a perfect example of saying one thing while doing something completely different.
Cheryl, since she was in college, I helped do her shoe deal with Nike in 1993, took her to her first SBs. I've known Cheryl, I've coached her, have a lot of respect for her. I called her when Caitlin was still playing at Iowa and she had just broken Maravich's record. And it was all over the place, as you and I have discussed, that there was this quote by Cheryl that said, Caitlin was, 25 years old. She was, however old, 24 years old. She was a fifth-year senior. Right. She was taking 40 shots a game. Her records were illegitimate.
The basketball community noticed this pattern, and eventually Swoopes was removed from broadcasting a Fever game. She was replaced by Nancy Lieberman, who openly challenged the false information that had been circulating about the rookie star.
Got off the treadmill and I called her as a friend, and I said, you can say whatever you want. You can have your own opinion about anybody, but you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter. And if you just get ahead of this and just say, hey, I made a mistake on my numbers, then this thing is over and everybody respects you for your opinion. And, you might like Boston. I might like the Yankees. It's okay to have difference of opinions. Well, she got upset with me on the phone. And I was like, Cheryl, I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm just sharing. We're talking. And so our relationship it pretty much is not happening at this point. I tried to talk to her at the Final Four. Right. She didn't want to talk to me. My life's going to be good or great with or without Sheryl Swoopes in my life.
The basketball world had been waiting for someone with real credibility to speak up about Caitlin Clark. That moment finally arrived when Cheryl Miller appeared on the All the Smoke podcast and strongly challenged the critics. What happens when a basketball icon who has actually coached Clark decides she's heard enough? You get one of the strongest and most genuine defenses the women's game has seen.
No, Jax, you're absolutely right. And I was like, come on, you big dummies. Is she getting hyped? Yes. But she was in the backyard. She was putting in the same time, sometimes maybe more than you were.
Right.
I can't fault her for what she was giving.
Miller didn't simply offer support for Clark. She spoke with confidence and authority that only someone of her reputation could bring. Her now famous message aimed at critics like Swoopes summed it up in just a few words: "Come on, you big dummies." The entire studio reacted immediately, but Miller wasn't done. She passionately defended Clark's work ethic because she'd witnessed it herself. This wasn't just another commentator speaking up. It was Cheryl Miller, one of basketball's all-time greats, directly exposing the unfair criticism surrounding the young star. She also highlighted something Clark's critics continue to ignore.
I mean, look, as much as she was given, you can't tell me if that door would have swung the other way where she didn't live up to the hype.
Right.
Come on, folks are still waiting for her to fall.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yep.
So, with that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
It's the difficult reality that many of Clark's critics refuse to acknowledge. Her impact has helped raise the profile of the entire league, including increasing the earnings of some of the very people who continue to criticize her.
You recently coached the WNBA All-Star game. You spent some time with Caitlin Clark.
Best coaching job ever.
Best coaching job ever.
Best coaching job ever.
Caitlin Clark, how was the experience with her? She's such a big star. I mean, the sky's the limit for her. To be around her, just talk about the type of person she is and how much she loves.
Be honest, because it needs to be said. I can relate to that young lady, and I felt for her. I know what it's like to be hated. I know what it's like to be a black woman and hated because of my color.
Yeah.
What makes Miller's defense so convincing is that she isn't relying on rumors or opinions. She's speaking from first-hand experience. After coaching Clark in the 2024 WNBA All-Star Game, Miller had the perfect opportunity to study Clark's game beyond the highlight clips, and what she saw impressed even her.
Can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despised. And people just having, she brought some on herself a little bit because she's cocky for a good reason.
Confident.
And I love that about her. But to watch the dynamics and the media, they had their narrative. And I was pleased and proud to see the narrative wasn't the truth.
I was pleased and proud to see the narrative wasn't the truth, Miller said, completely shutting down months of media criticism with one powerful statement. She went on to explain in greater detail what truly separates Clark from other players, giving a rare look at the qualities that make her so special.
Watching her pass, and I didn't know how talented she was and how well she sees the game in a 3D version, thinker. Defensively, a lot better than I thought and gave her credit for. So watching her and just spending a little time. And one thing, guys, that I've learned is to step back and let these kids be themselves.
Behind Miller's analysis of Clark's basketball skills was something much deeper. The two developed a real connection during one of the toughest stretches of Clark's young career. When the Fever finally earned their first victory of the 2024 season, Miller didn't simply congratulate her. She gave Clark something very few people had offered at that time: genuine support when she needed it most.
I was getting hit with everything left and right, and I just said, I hugged her, I said, I'm so proud of you. I go, savor this, use this as a formula. I said, but keep being you. I said, no matter what, keep being you.
That hug between Miller and Clark after Indiana's first win was much more than a simple moment between two basketball figures. It showed how alone Clark had felt while dealing with constant criticism during her first season in the league. Miller remembered the emotional exchange, saying, I gave her the biggest hug that I could. When she saw me, she was like, oh man, finally somebody who's on my side. She was getting hit with everything left and right.
It's a crown that she's wearing right now.
Right.
And it wasn't something that she anointed herself. It's something that's been placed on her head, and I hope people understand that. But it's everything that she's dealing.
During that emotional moment, Miller didn't just offer kind words. She shared advice that came from her own experience. I'm so proud of you. Savor this. Use this as a formula, but keep being you. No matter what, keep being you. Those weren't simply encouraging words. They became a source of strength for a rookie carrying enormous expectations and non-stop criticism.
I gave her the biggest hug that I could. And when she saw me, she's like, oh man, finally somebody I see that's on my side. One thing that I said to her, and she was heading into her senior year, was have fun. No matter all the static, just make sure you find that quiet.
When Cheryl Miller speaks, people across the basketball world pay attention, and her accomplishments explain why. She won 3 Naismith Player of the Year awards, captured 2 national championships, earned Olympic gold, and was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. But her praise for Clark goes beyond her legendary career. She recognizes a rare court vision that makes Clark much more than an elite scorer.
You can set a screen for Kaylin. Kaylin don't need a screen. Kaylin's got great handles. The one thing that I don't think people really appreciate about that young lady's game, she can pass the ball.
She can't pass. She got great assists.
She
the bounce pass is powerful,
which is almost non-existent in the game.
The one thing that I don't think people really appreciate about that young lady's game. She can pass the ball, Miller said, pointing to the part of Clark's game that often gets overlooked. She praised Clark's passing ability, including her outstanding bounce passes, a skill that has become increasingly rare. This wasn't just another compliment. It was recognition from someone who truly understands basketball greatness.
They've done for the women's game from a collegiate level to now, and it's working. And it was only a matter of time. And great narratives, great storylines, but now the bottom line comes down to one thing. It's about basketball, and it's about wins.
What makes Miller's opinion even more meaningful is her unique experience with both player development and the media surrounding the sport. While coaching during the 2024 WNBA All-Star Game, she watched Clark's talent unfold up close. With one honest assessment, she erased months of misleading narratives that had been pushed by critics of the young star.
What advice, if any, did you share in that meeting with Caitlin? Because I know that she spoke very highly of you, got great respect.
Cheryl for a little while now. I think her energy, that's what I love about her. Like, it's just contagious, and
The All-Star Game wasn't only about proving people wrong. It also marked the beginning of a relationship that could shape the future of the Indiana Fever. When Caitlin Clark nervously called Cheryl Miller coach for the first time, neither of them realized they might be laying the foundation for what could become the WNBA's next championship contender.
I've known Cheryl for a little while now. I think her energy, that's what I love about her. Like, it's just contagious, and it's fun.
Even before they worked together, Clark had always admired Miller. Obviously Cheryl, she's one of the pioneers of our game, just an awesome individual. Her personality radiates, Clark said, making her respect for the basketball icon unmistakable. This wasn't just polite praise. It was sincere admiration from a young star who understood the opportunity she had. As the All-Star coaching announcement drew closer, her excitement kept growing. For her to get to coach us, it's super exciting for me. I was super excited when I heard that news, Clark said. Their first meeting would soon show just how promising this partnership could become.
To be around those two people that have done so much for the game, for me is super special. Like, there's still two people that I really look up to and idolize and appreciate everything that they've done, and for them to have this moment too and be a part of it, like, it's just super cool.
Even with all her confidence on the court, Clark approached Miller with the respect of someone meeting a lifelong hero. I called her coach, and she said, "I don't know about that. We'll have to see how I do during the game," Clark recalled with a smile. That light-hearted exchange showed the humility both women brought into the relationship. After spending time with Indiana's young core, Miller made it clear how much potential she sees. "Indiana has a very, very bright future," she said. Coming from a champion with Olympic gold and multiple national titles, those words carried real significance.
Holy smokes, what an opportunity. And I was excited, like really, really excited, till I found out that the team I'm coaching wants to beat the brakes off our Olympic team. I'm like, okay, the pressure's on. So now we got a game, folks. We're going to have a game, but it's been fantastic.
What impressed Miller the most wasn't only Clark's talent, but the fearless attitude of the entire Fever roster. "This is not a team people want to play," she said. "They're getting better, they're confident, and they play without fear." That mindset is exactly what championship teams need when facing difficult moments. Miller was also surprised by the team's basketball intelligence. "I did not count on their basketball IQ being that high," she admitted. She expected them to be smart players, but seeing their understanding of the game firsthand exceeded even her expectations. That level of basketball awareness is what often separates good teams from great ones.
And people that came well before today's game, they were skilled, they were incredible. The spotlight is now enhanced, and give these women credit. They have certainly elevated the game, but there are some truly, truly great players that could play today that played yesterday.
And you know what? And I love the way that you said piggyback, because in no way, shape, or form am I not appreciative of where the game is at and the exposure, because we get exposure. Everybody forgot Lynette Woodard until Caitlin Clark broke her scoring record.
As the 2025 season approaches, something exciting appears to be taking shape in Indiana beyond basketball strategy alone. The respect between Caitlin Clark and Cheryl Miller feels genuine and could become the foundation of a championship-level culture. Clark has called Miller one of the pioneers of the game and praised her positive personality, while Miller has repeatedly highlighted Clark's incredible court vision, describing her ability to see the floor almost like it's in 3 dimensions. That isn't empty praise. It's recognition from one of basketball's greatest minds. When Miller told Clark, "I'm so proud of you. Savor this. Use this as a formula, but keep being you," she was offering much more than encouragement. She was passing along wisdom from one generation to the next. While some critics continue repeating old narratives, the growing bond between Clark and Miller represents the best of basketball. Indiana's future doesn't just look promising. It looks capable of competing for championships. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Click the video on your screen, and we'll see you in the next one.